All right, it's time for the big boys, the rest of this thing. So these are the main boxes. You cats are already started out. Already finding my failings. So sad. Minus 10 points. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot going on, but then again, kind of not. It's kind of broken down just like the mid boxes. Each one is kind of the same, you know, and they're kind of built the same in a way. So if you just kind of revert back to that a little bit, the main idea, the overview is each box is the same box. They're just, you know, left, middle, and right. I named the boxes left, middle, and right based on looking at it from the front. And so the left box, mid box, right box. It's a lot of reference kissing, but things that are for the left box have the word left on it. And then, of course, mid is mid. That's obvious. And then things that are for the right box say the word right. They have the entire right. And then anything with the letter L or the letter R is just the left and right side of that. So I know it's confusing. I was going to go port and starboard as well, but then again, this would be the bow and this would be the stern. So this would be port and this would be starboard. It would be I didn't know. So I figured this would be the best. So just words with left are the left box. So you can go ahead and sort everything out. But as you build these, everything will be the same except for how they install. The mid has a little bit of difference, and then the left and right, that's it. So, and I think it would help to know, to kind of look at that. So how they actually install, which page is that? There we go. So going back to how they install, the mid box is going to go first, and it does the work of holding up the left and the right box. So day one, and you might have seen this, but they're going to go ahead and dig all 4 footings. But the 2 side boxes actually only have 1 footing, and then they rely on the main box to kind of hold them up. So that's why some of this stuff's a little beefy in certain areas, because, you know, once this thing's all put together, it's got to hold everything up. So it's got to be somewhat got some beef to it. So anyway, so the mid box is going to go in first, make sure it's nice and level. They're going to go ahead and dig it, let it set. And then the next day they're going to come in and the left and right actually hang off of it. They'll bolt it together and then hang all the rest of the boxes and everything else. So, so with that, that's the idea. You have the internal part. So you're already starting to do all this stuff. You get all the kerfs lined up with everything and, you know, get it all kind of framed up. But the vert parts here are going to be what's kind of got a lot of stuff going on. So on the left side and the right side, you're going to have 1/2-inch aluminum nuts welded into these pieces here. So I'm going to have, when these boxes come together, you're going to have 1/4-inch plate sort of sandwiching, and that's going to do the work of kind of holding us together. So the mid box will be where the bolts come through. So your right side, you're going to weld on the 1/2-inch nuts, and then you're on the left side, you're going to weld the 1/2-inch nuts. Those will go inside. You're going to have to trap those, whether you lords this on or you tack it, it's up to you. But you're going to go ahead and put that in there. And then all 3 of these boxes get the lift points. So when you go to the cut list, you have the 362s. Those go across the middle and then the left and the right verticals. There's only 5 verticals total per box. You have your right side vertical and your left side vertical, and then you have your left, middle, and right inside the sign. So each one of these, you slide it through, get it kind of centered up, doesn't have to be perfect, and then you're just going to tack that in. In order to give that some strength, because I don't know how much these are going to weigh. I mean, theoretically, they could lift it with the face on it. I don't know, whatever, with the box. You're just going to bend these up, and these are going to go inside there to just give it a little bit of extra, you know, connection all the way down for the lift points. So you're going to put these guys inside there. You're going to trap them inside here. You can see I have the clearance slots. So you're going to kind of build these verts first. Again, whether you want to just rivet this, you can just rivet that. That's all clearance for rivets. You can rivet that on there. You can Cleco and tack it, or you can just throw some lords. But the idea is that once you slide this through, you know, you're going to burn that up real good. It's not going to go anywhere. So I probably just rivet it. It's fine. But we'll go ahead and build these verts first, get these on there, and then you're going to then slide in the bars and everything you need to do. Now the middle one gets the two, what size are those? 30s. So the two 30s will slide in on the right hand side here, and then the kind of right, this is the center of the mid one here. So you're going to come in, and I'll just give it about 2 inches. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can see where this, like if this is the mid box here, you're going to slide that out about 2 inches, and then that's going to allow the right hand side. So I have this kind of wide opening. You can see it's just going to sit. So it's going to transfer all of the stress from this footing over here, because you'll have a footing over here and then nothing. So this right hand box is just going to sit on that 2x, and then the mid box is going to sit there going, and it's going to lift and hold that the whole time. And then once that's all, because they're going to put this one in first, the middle, and then they're going to go ahead and frap the 1/2 inch to the 1/2 inch. So these guys here are doing all the work to hold this sign together, and this 2x is going to do the work to hold up that side of it. So anyway, so that was the idea behind adding some strength, making the kind of verts beefy, and that's what's going on with the verts. But you're going to definitely want to make the verts first, get them all assembled, and then you're going to bring in these guys here that theoretically should sort of all notch in, and then that completes the sort of, going around, just like your mid boxes. Then you're just going to, it's going to be like that. You build that insider frame, and then you'll be able to skin it. So jiggies are all like how they go. They're all the same. They should all work there. Mid box gets the power. So we could talk about the power. I'm thinking you really probably only maybe need 3 GEs, even though there is a lot of letters. But I think with the bar and everything, so even if you did maybe, because you have the 3 mid boxes, so the logo and Eisen, and then these, and then even if you did 4, because maybe the bar, all 3 bar sections could be there on their own. But I have enough to where you've got 2 power supplies per front box with letters and bars. So there should be plenty of power. So anyway, that's going to get bent up, and then you're going to put the little cover on it so it kind of covers from water. Now this is looking down from the front. This is mid box. So it'll kind of just be in the middle here. So you have the flanges facing this way, a little bit undercooked 90. You should be able to just rivet those on, bam, bam. And then you'll have the water cover. And then the switch box, if you put the flange out, that recesses it back. The switch box should just meet right up nice with the skin on the back side. I have that skin all laid out. If we go to skins, you can see right there, that's where the power hole goes. So it should all line up just right, hopefully. Not off to a good start, but anyway. So that should be that. Once you get that frame, get that in there, get those all sexy, all good. But you can see where it's just, there's not a lot to it. It's just there's a lot going on, but technically they're just 3 big boxes. So you're just making 3 big monuments, and then they bolt together. As far as the Mjolnirs, again, I was just kind of not worried, but there's a lot of weight. And the fact that like only, this box is only be supported by 1 Mjolnir, and then these 2 Mjolnirs are actually doing the work of, kind of holding everything up. So I did put some base plates underneath. So that's a little different than what we usually do. You can see I have the big Clecos, the 193s. Those will be for these 1/4 inch plates. These can just be lordsed in, or if you want to like tack them around the perimeter, whatever you want to do. But once you kind of get these built with the flanges and everything, then before you skin it, lay this thing on its side, maybe once it's all framed, then go ahead and put these in there. I might just do a bunch of lords and let it cure or whatever. But I just wanted to have that extra, because this right here was going to cross over there and kind of give it some extra beef. So these are actually going to sit on the Mjolnirs. And then the Mjolnirs are just our standard boys like we do. They're just a little bit beefier, or just because of this, they're just a little bit beefier. And what do we got? 4 by 1/4. So we got some heft to these boys because they're so beefy. So anyway, so you got the power. You can see where the power goes there. And skins. Let's talk about skins, I guess. So skins are, you just got on the front, it's open because there was no point in having all that because the boxes will cover everything. Speaking of mounting boxes, let's go back to frames. It's these guys here. These are kind of weird. Haven't done this before. I hope it works out. Or as they say in Canada, hope it works out. Let's see. Where's my top view for that? Here, top view. Boop, boop, boop. These guys are actually going to hold the... Where did my top view for that go? Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's right. I didn't actually do the full top view. I just have these magentas. So work with me here. So you see this magenta. This magenta is the top view of the straight and then bent and then straight and then, bent and straight. These guys are going to slide in while you're still a frame. You're going to, these are going to bend on the, so you're basically going to hand bend these, and you can see where, since they're here, we don't have to go to the other page there. Oh, hello. We don't need you. We just need you. Copy, paste. There you go. All right. So you can see where this is just slightly bent right there. So really all you're going to do is take these cats and you're going to bend them in the brake, to get the flanges going. But then you're just going to lightly bend like kind of on the middle of that. And I got you stretched out roval there. And then you're going to slide these through once you get your verts and everything done. You see these pockets? That's what these are for. You're going to slide these through and they are going to connect to a cleco in the center. This is all theoretical now because I haven't done this before. It's my first time. You're just going to slide these through like that. And yes, they will be straight versus the curve, but there's not a lot of difference. See that kind of that pocket, but this is what's going to allow you to attach the mid boxes. So if you recall, your mid boxes have 5/16 riv nuts here, and they have them, let's see, here, and let's see, where are the steel riv nuts? Right. So they run through the body here, right? So where the steel riv nuts run through, they need to be able to connect. You see there, right? On the verticals, you have the steel riv nuts. So they need to be able to connect to those verts. So that's where these are. So right here, those will be where you connect these boxes. So if you look at the open version here, so this is where they connect through, right? So you'll have the holes for connecting those boxes at the top and the bottom here. So right here, 5/16, 5/16, 5/16, 5/16, 5/16, 5/16. That is where you'll be able to connect your front boxes. But you can tell that there's also 5/16 that run down the middle, right? That you won't be able to get to because they go right about here. That's what those bars are for. So those bars allow to be able to throw a 5/16 and hit that riv nut on the backside of these guys here. So you can see like right here, this is where a riv nut is on the box. And then this is where it hits that straight, that's where it hits that. And then you come over here, there's a riv nut on our box and that's going to hit that bar. So like the right side. So you can see that's where those are going to hit. Boom, 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 boom. So that's what those are for. You're going to slide those in. The purple here, that's about where they go. They're just going to slide through. And hopefully you'll be able to hit that cleco right there on your vert frame. And that should reference where it goes right there on the bends. So you're going to make this kind of weird thing. Anyway, that's what those are for. Good luck. I think that'll work. Worst case scenario, if nothing hits, we have plenty. I mean, the outer perimeter, it's not going anywhere. We'll be able to hit all those. Be able to hit all that. Also, in that vein, you're going to take these 1/4-inch pieces and they go right here. That is what's going to hold the mid boxes up. So like we talked about with the mid boxes, I reinforced these jiggies here because these jiggies right here is where they're going to sit on those bars. So those bars are going to poke out the front. I gave you some 193s right there, and those guys are going to poke out, and the mid boxes are going to sit right there. That's going to do all the work. So they're right here, boom and boom. So that goes on the left one, not the middle. It goes on the right one. So, and they'll poke out, give them some support, and that's what's going to hold the mid boxes up. And then they're going to 5/16 riv nut those boxes to the thing. And then again, these guys here just give them the ability to hit that if they need to. They might not even need to. Might even just do top and bottom. It'll hold it in place. So yeah, so you can see where some of this got confusing. Did the best I could. I am that much closer to the psych ward. But other than that, I think you guys got the idea. You got lift points top and bottom. You just have top access. I didn't worry about recessing it. They're just going to sit on top with a couple of screws. That'll be how install is going to lift. Not quite sure how they're going to crane it over. But yeah, keep a sharp eye. We're off to already a shaky start, so hopefully the rest of it goes okay. If not, have your duck saw ready. Have your router, have your drill ready to go. But otherwise, I think you guys got it. You're already kind of working on it. So, but yeah, I'm here for any questions. Otherwise, I think that's it. Yeah, good luck and Godspeed.
Check the technique.